Towering skyscrapers, once standing tall against the sky, suddenly trembled violently before collapsing with a thunderous roar. Massive chunks of concrete shattered, sending thick clouds of dust billowing into the air, obscuring the sky. Glass windows shattered into countless shards, falling like razor-sharp blades, reflecting a final glimmer of light before being buried beneath the rubble. The car lay precariously in the murky floodwaters, half submerged, with only its roof and mud-streaked windows visible above the surface. Small waves lapped against its body, carrying debris and broken branches, slowly consuming what little remained of it. No more engine sounds, no more lights, just a cold, lifeless hunk of metal trapped in the rushing current. The terrifying landslide struck in an instant, sweeping away everything in its path. Sturdy houses were buried beneath massive layers of earth and rock, leaving no trace of life behind. The thunderous roar of collapsing debris and the splintering of wood echoed through the chaotic scene. An entire neighborhood was reduced to ruins in the blink of an eye. What was once a home had now turned to ashes. In the eerie silence that followed the disaster, only the devastation remained. The disaster swept through, wiping out entire homes that had once been a shelter for so many. In just moments, everything was buried, washed away, leaving nothing but ruins and desolation. The people stood in shock amidst the devastation, homeless and lost with no place to go. Fragments fell, shattering with a deafening roar, covering an entire region in devastation. The rooftops that once sheltered countless families were now nothing more than ruins buried in mud. The catastrophic landslide swept away thousands of homes, erasing all traces of life. Trees were uprooted, the ground cracked open, and the landscape stood desolate, as if no human had ever set foot there. The sky roared with a deafening clap of thunder, tearing through the stillness of the night. A blazing bolt of lightning struck the trees, turning them into towering torches amidst the raging storm. Flames erupted fiercely, consuming trunks and leaves, dancing in a crimson fury against the pitch-black darkness. The raging storm howled, sweeping away everything in its path. Massive vehicles were tossed into the air like lifeless toys. Trees were uprooted, left bare against the sky. The rooftops that once sheltered families were torn apart, scattered in all directions, exposing shattered wooden frames beneath nature's wrath. The deafening roar of the wind mixed with the sound of destruction, creating a scene of chaos and devastation. The cliff trembled violently as massive chunks of rock shattered and tumbled down onto the road below. With a thunderous crash, a thick cloud of dust rose, obscuring visibility, while debris scattered in all directions. The pavement cracked open, and enormous boulders blocked the path, turning the once familiar road into a desolate battlefield. Amidst the eerie silence, a deafening explosion shattered the air. From the towering cliff, a massive boulder, weighing hundreds of tons, suddenly broke free and plunged straight. The sea growled beneath the gray sky, with foaming waves surging and crashing fiercely against the roadside barriers. White sea spray burst into the air, spilling onto the road, leaving streaks of salty water imprinted on the asphalt. The raging tornado suddenly emerged, spinning like a colossal beast, forming a whirlwind that devoured everything in its path. The wind howled, dust filled the air, and trees, rooftops, even vehicles were lifted and spun violently within nature's merciless vortex.